Hi, wrestling fans! Thanks for clicking on the dreaded D-Rose report. I got some breaking news. Just found out WWE SUPERSTARS has found a new run, new home from WGN America last week. They got kicked off. They found a new one. Anyway, the show's going to air every Thursday night, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on WWE.com. I don't know whether it's going to air like one time and then they take it off, or it'll be on and you can watch it anytime after that time. Haven't heard too much more about it. But anyway, that's where they're going. Advertised for today's episode is going to be the Great Khali taking on Zack Ryder, and other matches going to be taking place as Gail, Kim, and Natalya taking on Maurice, Melina. Chris Masters taking on Hawkins. Alright, a scene that was edited from Tough Enough Elimination Process where Steve Austin asked the contestant Michelle Dayton what her favorite match was. Anyway, while Miss Andrews sealed the fate on her program by naming Melina versus Alicia Fox as her all-time favorite match and being unable to name any other matches, Dayton said Bret Hart versus Owen Hart. So she kind of watched that. I think that was Ariana or whatever, Ariana Andrews. Anyway, she was voted off first day. Former WWE Women's Champion, the thong-wearing Lita, celebrates her 36th birthday. What if she still has thongs? Does anybody still have thongs? I'm curious. Anyway, Christopher Daniels was originally scheduled to be the, believe it or not, the return to TNA as Suicide character, but plans were ultimately changed. He reached out to WWE during his hiatus from the Nashville-based organization, but failed to secure a contract. The feeling is in WWE that he was too small, not to mention too old, 40. Anyway, he continues to appear for Ring of Honor and working, ever so often for TNA. Inc. Incorporated versus Doug Williams and Magnus is being featured on this week's episode of TNA Explosion, if you get that, which I think is overseas. TNA Wrestling, by the way, posted images on their shop website today of Rob Van Dam's new t-shirt, and down at the bottom it said RDV. Wasn't up very long, they took it down, now it says RVD. After criticism of John Cena versus The Miz booking for WrestleMania 27, I think a lot of people were kind of disappointed in that. Several people in the company felt that Cena, as a top star, should have spoken up and had the match changed before they went and did it live in front of 70,000 fans. And it was noted, though, that top stars in the past have spoken out and changed certain booking plans when they felt, it was needed. Word is that Cena did complain about the booking to some people, but didn't request a change. He just bitched. There was feeling that Cena came out of WrestleMania 27 unpopular and secondary. And that's their baby. And that WWE title also came off as a secondary since the match and the finish hurt both Cena and The Miz. There's also feeling within the company that The Rock screwed Cena. Instead of Cena trying to get revenge, he got nothing besides a handshake on Raw and an endorsement from The Rock that the fans booed on Raw. And now he has to carry the WWE again as the top babyface. He wanted to be a bad guy. The feeling within WWE on about WrestleMania 27 is, well, it was still a great show live, I guess, from a booking and wrestling standpoint. Aside from the Triple H versus Undertaker match, the show was not close to the WrestleMania level. They must have got some of the responses back on their website of what could have been improved. Anyway, anyone expects Alberto Del Rio to finally become new world champion at WWE Extreme Rules when he faces Christian for the ladder match for the vacant title. He may be right. WWE has plans for Del Rio to win the title this year at Royal Rumble and WrestleMania 27, but held both back. Wasn't any changes at WrestleMania. All right, there was the photo on TNA's Facebook page where they advertised. Well, I was telling you about that already. By the way, the TNA also has got some couple of other T-shirts. Mickey James and Mr. Anderson. He's got to have a microphone on Anderson. And I think with Mickey James, the t-shirt comes with big boobs. Anyway, Sting will be making a rare TNA live event appearance at the Base Brawl event at AutoZone Park, Memphis, Tennessee, Saturday, June 11th. Matches for tonight's TNA includes Matt Hardy taking on Kazarian, Abyss taking on James Storm, Orlando Jordan taking on Doug Williams, and Crimson and Jesse Neal. Mr. Anderson's going to be taking on the Immortal in a gauntlet match, and Jeff Jarrett, the Pope. Well, anyway, the Pope's taking on Hernandez, or the Pope and Hernandez is taking on Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, and looks like Matt Morgan. Something close to that. Or Samoa Joe's taking on Matt Morgan anyway. Let's get on down with it. You'll see it tonight. I want to tell you about it. Be sure to watch. Several fans have wrote in and noted that Edge said he would be back on WWE TV in a few months. And it's highly likely that Edge will be returning to WWE TV to promote his WWE studio movie that comes out later this year. He's probably, if that goes good, he's probably going to be doing a lot of movies since he's got a bad neck. Speaking of Ross, he revealed on his website that former WWE referee Tim White had just returned to the company in a behind-the-scenes role, not refereeing. I don't know how old he is, but White will be selling his Friendly Tap Tavern in Rhode Island soon. The bar that has been featured in several WWE skits over the years. That was where he was trying to kill himself all the time. Never could do anything right. WWE has released a new Rock Youth t-shirt and new dog tags for The Miz. Does Miz have dog tags? I don't know. Anyway, they're also pushing commemorative tickets for sale for Edge Alberto Del Rio's WrestleMania 27 match, Edge's final match on pay-per-view anyway. Stan, the stopwatch man, sent word that there was 9 minutes, 28 seconds of in-ring action on this week's WWE NXT. Down last week in 10 minutes, 40 seconds. They do a lot of talking, bits on that. Coming out of this past week's Tuesday show, Titus O'Neil, by the way, has got 13 redemption points. Darren Young has 7. Brian Saxton has 4. Sin Cara, by the way, is on the current European tour with the Raw brand. He defeated Primo again last night in Gaslow, Scotland. After the match, his new feud with Sheamus continues as Carrera was attacked after the win. Carrera ended up getting the best of Sheamus after. Well, they stomp on Sheamus now. Poor guy. Edge's final match, by the way, with WWE came at April 5th SmackDown taping, Charlotte, North Carolina. Edge in street clothes teamed with Christian, Big Show, Rey Mysterio, and Triple H, and to defeat Alberto Del Rio and the Core. Barring physical setbacks, the general feeling is that Hulk Hogan, he's going to be returning to the ring at some point. Since undergoing back surgery in late December, Hogan's gotten himself pretty much in shape in recent weeks. The procedure has been a huge success in terms of reducing the level of pain he's been dealing with on a daily basis, plus the divorce helped too. Get rid of his pain, that is. All right, Hogan's been engaging himself more with the peers than when he had the pain that's debilitating him. All right, TNA is strongly pushing Jeff Hardy to attend rehab. Duh. As noted before, TNA has been discussing rebranding the company now. There's been talk going around that the new rebranding will focus more on Impact and doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be changing the name, and we'll be pushing the Impact brand of the show harder, and we'll have a bit different look for TV. TNA changed their name. Changing their name has been discussed for months, but Dixie Carter once has been against it. She says she spent many years and a long time to build up the TNA name. She wants to keep it. What she wants, she gets. I don't blame her. Unless you're going to just change it completely and have actors and actresses on there now. Know what I mean? Thank you guys for clicking. I gotta go.